G'day everyone, Kitch here again. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to access macro action properties after you've converted a macro into a script. So let's head over to the editor and see how to do it. So in the SoundFlow editor, I'm going to select the default package and I'm going to click the plus button to create a new macro and then click macro. And I'm going to call this declick. So in this example, if we head over to Pro Tools, what I want to do is I want to open an Audio Suite plugin from the noise reduction menu here. And the one I want to choose is mouth declick. So what I'm going to do is just for reference, I'm going to take a screenshot of this. I'm going to use Command, Shift, and the number 4. And then I'm going to drag around this. And that's going to create a screenshot on my desktop. So if we double click that, so now we've got that for reference. So if I open up SoundFlow again, what I'm going to do next is create an action in the declick macro. So I'm going to click add action. And instead of typing the name in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the folders to navigate. So under the apps folder here, I'm going to choose Pro Tools. And then under that, I'm going to choose the Audio Suite folder here. And then I'm going to choose Process Audio Suite plugin. So you'll notice this action appears here, and it's got a bunch of different properties you can select. And there's even a cog button up here that allows you to select advanced properties. So if I click that, that's going to bring up even more properties here. So say you're working on a macro and you forgot to fill out all the information or just filled out some of the information in this action here, and you'd convert it to script. Let's see what happens when you do that. So if I click convert to script, that creates this script here, but it's very minimal. All it has is the reference to Pro Tools and then the reference to the action that we were working with in this macro here. So how do we get to those properties? So the way to do that is inside the parentheses here, if we do open curly brackets, and it creates a closed curly bracket for you, and then press return, and then we use the F2 key, and that's going to bring up a list of the different properties we can choose from. So in this case, the first thing that we needed to do was to choose plugin category. So if I click on that, so let's head back to here and we can see, so we've got plugin category and plugin name. So we've chosen plugin category. So directly after that, we need to put a colon and then in single quotes or double quotes, it doesn't matter, whatever your preference is, you can type in the name of the category, which under Audio Suite, the category is noise reduction. So let's type that in. And then after that, we put a comma. And then, as you can see here, the plugin name is RX8 Mouth Declick. So if we click on the next line here, after putting a comma there, it's really important you have a comma there or else it won't accept another property. So if we press F2, and then we can choose plugin name, put a colon, and then quotes again, and then we type in exactly letter for letter, capital RX space 8 space mouth declick, and then another comma. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to set the input mode and output mode. So if we then press F2 here in the code editor, and we choose processing input mode, and then a colon. Now there's something a little bit different with this. So if we put quotes here, now you'll see you're not sure exactly what to write in this kind of input mode. So I think it was clip by clip or something like that. So what you can do is to work out what the options are between the quotes. If you then press F2, it actually asks you which one you want to choose. So you can choose clip by clip or entire selection. So for this example, let's just choose clip by clip. Then after the quotes, let's put a comma again, and we'll try the output mode. So let's just type in output. And as I start typing, you'll notice the code hint comes up for processing output mode. And then we can choose for that F2 again. And for this, let's go create individual files, then comma. So the next thing we want to do is we want to make sure that after the Audio Suite process runs, we want the plugin to actually close. So if we press F2 again, and as you can see this property here, close window when done. And the thing is, I'm not sure how we're going to tell that to close. So over here on the right, we've got the I button for more info. And as you can see here, it tells you that it's a Boolean. And a Boolean means that it's a true or a false. So let's select close window when done. And then put a colon there. And then, because it's a Boolean, Booleans don't need quote marks. So just write true. And then comma. And then that's all done. So now, if we assign a keyboard trigger to this, I want it to work just in Pro Tools. So when these apps are focused, to change that to Pro Tools. And then for keys, I'm going to choose Control X and close that. I can close this screenshot that we had earlier. Now if I head over to Pro Tools, select a clip. I've got one selected here. Take it out of that mode. So select this clip here and then use Control X. And it goes through and runs that plugin for you. And that is how to access macro action properties after converting a macro into a script. I hope that helps. And if you have any other questions, let me know and I'd be happy to help you out.